In just 3 seconds, a single glance ignited a war that would topple an empire. Marcus Reid, a tech titan cloaked in quiet power, faced humiliation at the hands of a prejudiced gate agent in a bustling airport lounge. But this wasn't just a moment. It was the spark that unleashed a meticulously crafted storm of justice, exposing corruption and rewriting the future of an industry. Here's how one man turned discrimination into a legacy of transformation. The sleek silver Rolls-Royce glided to a stop outside the departures terminal of Dallas International Airport, its engine a whisper against the morning hum. As the driver stepped out to open the door, Marcus Reid adjusted his gold cufflinks, a memento from sealing his first billion-dollar deal, and gathered his slim titanium briefcase. At 42, Marcus carried the understated authority of a man who knew his worth, his tailored Brioni suit accentuating his lean, athletic frame. "Will you need assistance with your bags, Mr. Reid?" the driver Thomas asked, standing ramrod straight. "Just the carry-on, Thomas," Marcus replied, his voice calm and measured. "I travel light these days." "Very good, sir. Pick up when you return?" "I'll send details once I land in Seattle," Marcus said, stepping onto the curb. "Take the rest of the day off. That's an order." Thomas smiled faintly. "Thank you, sir." Inside the terminal, Marcus felt the familiar shift in atmosphere as heads turned, subtle glances from travelers, a security guard stiffening slightly, a woman tightening her grip on her bag. He noticed it all, but kept his expression neutral, a skill honed over decades of navigating spaces not built for men like him. At the first-class check-in for Horizon Skies, the line was empty. Marcus approached the counter where two agents chatted. The younger one, Lisa, offered a practiced smile, but the older agent, Karen Holt, froze mid-sentence, her eyes narrowing as she assessed him. "Good morning," Marcus said, sliding his ID and platinum frequent flyer card across the counter. "Horizon Skies to Seattle, 11:15 departure." Karen took the documents with a thin smile. "And how are you today, sir?" The pause before "sir" was faint but deliberate. "Well, thank you," Marcus replied, meeting her gaze steadily. Karen tapped at her keyboard with exaggerated force. "Business or pleasure?" "Business," he said simply. She glanced at his ID, then back at him, as if verifying the photo. "Reid, Marcus Reid." "That's correct," he confirmed. She leaned toward Lisa, whispering something that made the younger agent's eyes widen before she recovered. Marcus caught fragments. That tech guy, and probably just got lucky. He'd built Reid Innovations, a multi-billion-dollar AI empire, from nothing, but being reduced to that tech guy was a familiar slight. "Your boarding pass, Mr. Reid," Karen said, handing it over with thinly veiled reluctance. "First-class passengers may proceed to the premium security lane and lounge." Boarding at 10:30, Marcus collected his documents, noting how Karen tracked his every move as he walked away. The TSA process was smooth until Marcus was randomly selected for extra screening, a recurring event so common it barely registered as coincidence. He endured the pat-down without protest, his face a mask of calm despite the indignity. 20 minutes later, he approached the Horizon Skies first-class lounge. A young agent, Ryan, brightened at his arrival. "Good morning, sir. May I see your boarding pass and ID?" Marcus reached for his wallet when Karen appeared, slightly breathless, as if she'd rushed to intercept him. "I'll handle this, Ryan," she said, dismissing the younger agent with a curt nod. Ryan stepped aside, confused, as Marcus handed over his documents again. Karen scrutinized them with theatrical care, flipping the boarding pass as if hunting for a flaw. "Is there a problem?" Marcus asked, his tone even. "Just doing my job, sir," she replied, the "sir" dripping with sarcasm. "This first-class ticket seems unusual." "Unusual how?" he pressed, raising an eyebrow. "These are expensive seats," she said, her eyes narrowing. "We need to ensure passengers are in their proper place." Nearby travelers slowed, sensing the tension. Marcus felt the weight of their stares, the silent assumptions forming. "I assure you my ticket is valid," he said, a steel edge creeping into his voice. Karen scanned it, frowning at her screen. "This ticket, it's probably someone else's. Did you find it, sir? Or was it purchased for you?" The accusation hung heavy. A man in a polo shirt nearby snorted. "Maybe he's lost. Economy's that way," pointing toward the terminal. Karen didn't correct him. Instead, she straightened. "I'll need additional verification. This doesn't seem right. Marcus extracted his wallet and produced a black Centurion card, its exclusivity a quiet rebuttal. "Will this verify my identity?" he asked, his tone unwavering. Karen's eyes flickered, but she recovered. "Anyone could have that. I'm calling security." She turned to dial as Marcus stepped aside, his posture impeccable, his expression unreadable. Within minutes, a broad-shouldered security supervisor, Daniel Pierce, arrived, his salt and pepper hair hinting at years of experience. "What's the problem?" he asked gruffly. "This gentleman is attempting to access the lounge with what I believe is fraudulent documentation," Karen said, her tone laced with disdain. Pierce turned to Marcus, a flash of recognition crossing his face before he masked it. "Sir, may I see your ID and boarding pass?" Marcus handed them over silently. Pierce examined them, then faced Karen. "Ms. Holt, everything's in order. Mr. Reid's documentation is valid." Her face tightened. "But he doesn't—" She stopped herself. "It seems suspicious. The system flagged—" "The system flagged nothing," Pierce cut in firmly. "I see no alerts." "I want him removed from the lounge area," Karen insisted. "Just to be safe." Pierce hesitated, clearly uneasy, but bound by protocol. "Sir, I apologize, but would you mind coming with me to sort this out? It's procedure." Marcus nodded once. "Of course." As Pierce escorted him away, a young Horizon intern, Malik Carter, watched in horror, his name tag glinting as he typed furiously on his phone. Marcus followed Pierce to the security office, his dignity intact with every step. Once out of earshot, he pulled out his phone and made a call. "This is Reid," he said quietly. "Protocol Eclipse, full engagement. Begin observation mode." He ended the call as Pierce opened the office door. "Mr. Reid, It's all right, Mr. Pierce," Marcus interrupted. "I understand you're doing your job." Pierce looked pained. "For what it's worth, sir, I know who you are. This shouldn't be happening." Marcus nodded. He'd prepared for moments like this his entire life. Meanwhile, Malik texted his friend in IT, Jordan Hayes. "They just messed with Marcus Reid. The Marcus Reid. We're done for." In the IT break room, Jordan nearly choked on his coffee. "Are you serious?" he demanded over the phone. "Dead serious," Malik whispered, ducking behind a pillar. Karen Holt and security hauled him off like a criminal, all for trying to enter the lounge. "Do you know who he is?" Jordan's voice rose. "His AI runs half this airport." "I know," Malik replied. "He's a legend, and they treated him like a thief." 28 years earlier, 8-year-old Marcus sat on the steps of Oakwood Children's Home in Houston, clutching a tattered notebook filled with equations beyond most adults' grasp. His social worker, Ms. Torres, sat beside him, her hand gentle on his shoulder. "Your uncle's not coming today, Marcus," she said softly. "I'm sorry." He nodded, unsurprised. His uncle, his last relative after his parents' death in a fire, rarely kept promises. "It's okay," he said, scribbling numbers. "I need to finish this." Ms. Torres peered at his work. "What is it?" "A system," he explained, his young face serious, "to predict patterns. If you can predict them, you can stop bad things before they happen." Her heart ached for this brilliant boy, orphaned at 6, already obsessed with controlling the uncontrollable. "You're special, Marcus," she said. "Someday everyone will know it." By 14, he'd cycled through 4 foster homes, enduring taunts for his race and envy for his intellect in mostly white schools. He learned to observe, to speak sparingly. At Lincoln High, his math teacher, Mr. Evans, spotted his talent, marveling at the code-filled notebooks he shyly shared. "This is graduate-level work," Evans said, stunned. "A predictive model for energy grids," Marcus explained quietly. "Just a hobby." "A hobby?" Evans laughed in disbelief. "This is extraordinary." For the first time in years, Marcus smiled. At 17, Marcus juggled 3 jobs: mornings at a diner, evenings at the library, weekends washing dishes, saving every cent for a rebuilt computer in his cramped foster bedroom. "You'll burn out, kid," his foster father, Ray, warned one night, finding him coding at 3 a.m. "I'm fine," Marcus insisted, eyes on the screen. "What's so important?" Ray asked. Marcus hesitated. Ray was decent, not warm, but fair. "An app for my MIT scholarship applications. It predicts disaster relief needs using weather data." Ray squinted at the screen. "You're something else, kid." Days later, an express mail envelope arrived. A full MIT scholarship. His foster parents threw him a small party, his first real celebration. It should have been a fairy tale start. It wasn't. 2 years later, 19-year-old Marcus sat in a Boston conference room facing three suited men from Carver Ventures. "Your algorithm's impressive," said Edward Grayson, the lead VC, smiling too widely. "Rough, but promising." "Thank you," Marcus replied, wary. "We'll offer $50,000 for the IP," another Paul Carter said. Marcus frowned. "It's worth millions." Grayson chuckled. "Optimistic. We're taking the risk. You're just a student." "I built and tested it myself," Marcus countered. "It works." "Passion's cute," Grayson said, "but we've got the connections." "You want to sell it to oil companies, not relief agencies," Marcus realized. "That's not its purpose." "Be practical," the third Henry Lyle sighed. "This is generous for a kid with no backing." Marcus stood. "Thank you for your time." "You'll regret this," Grayson warned. 6 months later, Carver launched a knockoff, making millions. Marcus got nothing. It was his first lesson. Power trumped talent, until he seized it. As Marcus's flight prepared to board, his phone buzzed with a text from Zara Nwosu, his head of security at Reid Innovations. "Phase 1 ready. Your command." He gazed at the Horizon Skies plane on the tarmac, its logo gleaming, and typed back, "Begin." Expose them piece by piece. By the time he landed in Seattle, the Dallas incident had gone viral. Cell phone videos showing Karen confronting him, captioned, "This is what happens when you fly while black." News outlets pounced. Tech billionaire Marcus Reid allegedly denied lounge access despite valid documentation, a Como anchor reported gravely. Horizon Skies faces racial profiling accusations. Marcus watched impassively from his car as Seattle traffic hummed around him. His phone rang. "Zara, the news has it," she said. "Social's trending your way. Horizon's PR is flailing. Digital insertions live. Systems are glitching." "Good," Marcus replied. "Keep me posted." Horizon's statement hit soon after. Horizon Skies is committed to diversity and inclusion. This was an isolated incident by a rogue employee. We're investigating and apologize to Mr. Reid. At their Phoenix headquarters, CEO Richard Langston tossed the tablet aside. "Problem solved," he told his crisis team. "Focus on business." Chief Communications Officer Maria Delgado frowned. "Sir, this won't cut it. Mr. Reid's influence is massive." "It's a hiccup, Maria," Langston snapped. "Blame the employee and move on." "We should reach out to him directly," she pressed. "For what?" Langston scoffed. "He flew, didn't he?" Back at Dallas International, Karen strutted through the employee lounge, basking in attention. "I was protecting our premium spaces," she told colleagues. Lisa, arms crossed, challenged her. "You targeted him. You left your post to stop him." The room hushed. "Watch yourself, Lisa," Karen warned. "False accusations could hurt your career." Their supervisor, Jeff, intervened. "Karen, my office, now." As she followed, her phone pinged with an HR notice. "All employee social media is under review. Refrain from commenting on recent events." Meanwhile, Horizon's booking system faltered. Flights vanished, reservations downgraded, payments glitched. In Phoenix IT, engineers scrambled. "It's like the system's fighting itself," the lead tech said. "Targeted chaos," another mused. In Seattle, Marcus monitored data streams in his hotel suite. Zara's voice crackled through a secure line. "Operation Reflect is live. We're hitting their executive comms. Malik Carter's feeding us internal chatter. Others inside Horizon are restless too." "What about Karen Holt?" Marcus asked. "Multiple buried complaints," Zara replied. "She targets passengers of color in premium cabins." HR ignored it. "Daniel Pierce is solid. Ex-Navy. Ethical but boxed in." "Reach out to him discreetly," Marcus instructed. "See where he stands." At the airport, Malik texted Jordan. "Systems are freaking out. Related to yesterday?" "Maybe," Jordan replied. "Boss is losing it." Across the terminal, Daniel Pierce reviewed footage of Marcus's encounter, his frown deepening at Karen's blatant bias. His phone rang. "Pierce," he answered. "Mr. Pierce, this is Zara Nwosu, Reid Innovations Security Chief," a smooth voice said. "Can we speak privately?" "How'd you get this number?" he demanded. "Not important. What matters is justice, in choices. Mr. Reid admired your professionalism yesterday." "I followed procedure," Pierce said tightly. "But you knew it was wrong," Zara pressed. After a pause, he said, "What does he want?" "Truth, when the time comes." In Seattle, Marcus dined with his mentor, Grace Okiki, a trailblazing tech CEO. "This feels personal," she said, sipping wine. "It is," he admitted, "but it's bigger than me. Horizon's rotten, financially, ethically." "You're playing judge and jury?" she asked. "No," he replied. "I'm creating transparency. The rest is up to the world." "True power transforms, not destroys," she reminded him. "I remember," he assured her. As Horizon's systems worsened, canceled flights, furious passengers, hashtag Horizon Havoc trending, Zara's team escalated. "Phase 2, she told her cyber experts. "Hit their internal comms, every dirty secret." They uncovered Richard Langston's off-books email server, brimming with damning exchanges. At Horizon, Malik overheard managers plotting to scapegoat Pierce. "They'll frame it as a security overreach," one said. Malik texted Jordan, "They're targeting Pierce. Confirm?" "Draft suspension just hit," Jordan replied. That night, a message flashed across Horizon employee screens. "This is only the beginning." In Phoenix, Langston raged into his phone. "Contain this. Get me Victor Kane." Kane, a notorious fixer, strode into his office hours later. "You've been hacked, badly," he said, tossing a tablet down. "Stock's tanking. We need decisive action." "Whatever it takes," Langston growled. Kane nodded. "First, we neutralize internal leaks." The next morning, Malik was pulled into a conference room by Kane. "Your texts, your movements, we know everything," Kane said coldly. "Option 1, fired, blacklisted, sued. Option 2, spill who's contacting you about Reid, and you report to me." Malik's hands shook, but he stayed silent. Across the terminal, Pierce faced a similar ultimatum from Kane's deputy, Nina Patel. "You reviewed Reid footage after hours," she said, sliding a printout. "You took a call from Nwosu. You flagged discrimination before." "I've done nothing wrong," Pierce said evenly. "Then you're useless to us," she replied. Meanwhile, Horizon COO Elena Ortiz met Zara in a Denver co-working space. "You've fought Langston's rot for years," Zara said. "Safety violations buried, discrimination ignored. When the truth hits, lead." "Why me?" Elena asked. "You're better than Horizon," Zara replied. "Be ready." As Zara left, her team confirmed Langston's offshore accounts, millions funneled to shell companies. Marcus, meeting Grace again, showed her the web. "The bank that denied my first loan owns Horizon shares. The same VCs who stole my tech," advised Langston. "You've tracked this forever," she said. "Information is power," he replied. Kane leaked a fake misconduct story about Marcus, but Zara's team flipped it, exposing Kane's laptop as the source. Simultaneously, legit outlets got Langston's financial dirt. "Horizon CEO under investigation," CNN blared. Langston's screen flickered. Marcus's face appeared. "You're fighting the future," Marcus said before disconnecting. In Reid Innovations' Seattle HQ, legal chief Sophia Chen briefed Marcus. "We've filed against Horizon, discrimination, hostile environment, federal violations." "Grant their 48-hour response delay," Marcus said. "It's a distraction." Zara added, "We're ready for full exposure. Cyber, financial, whistleblowers." At Horizon's Phoenix boardroom, chaos reigned. "Settle with Reid," Director James Carter urged. "No weakness," Langston snapped. Elena stayed quiet, watching fault lines form. Malik, now under surveillance, got a call from Zara. "Ross has eyes on you. Stay silent or help us. We'll protect you." Pierce, on leave, met Marcus in a discreet office. "I've seen Horizon's rot for years," he admitted. "Testify," Marcus urged. "Be the man you are." Kane dug into Marcus's past, linking Carver Ventures to Horizon's advisory board. Zara uncovered worse: falsified flight records, trafficking ties. "Surgical precision," Marcus ordered. "Protect the innocent." At 4:13 a.m., Horizon's global system crashed, backups failed, terminals froze. By 9 a.m., exposés hit: corruption, fraud, trafficking. Pierce went public. Discrimination was encouraged. Malik followed. "I was threatened for speaking up." Horizon reckoning trended. Karen was fired, escorted out, blaming Lisa. "You leaked those videos." "You chose prejudice," Lisa replied. Elena got Zara's call. "It's time. Lead the board suspended Langston as feds raided his office. Marcus met Horizon shareholders. I'll buy controlling interest, save jobs, transform it. 3 days later, Langston faced Marcus in Seattle. Name your price, Langston blustered. Horizon, Marcus said, showing damning evidence. Confess, and you might avoid prison. Feds took Langston as he left. The board voted 11-3 for Reid Innovation's offer. Jamal joined Reid Innovation's training program, stunned by Marcus's faith in him. Lisa led Horizon's new ethics division under Elena, now CEO. Karen's lawsuit floundered against Horizon's countersuit. 3 months later, Horizon relaunched as Reid Air at Dallas International. Marcus spoke. Where everyone belongs isn't a slogan, it's a promise. Jamal and Lisa shared their stories. Pierce led security. Langston took a plea, 7 years. Marcus launched a $50 million foundation in Houston, investing in his old neighborhood. On Reid Air's first flight, he sat in a cabin built for dignity, gazing at the logo on the wing. Justice wasn't revenge, it was transformation.